right. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
All right. And
We back.
Actually turn my mic on. Yeah, hi guys. The whole squad is back.
Yeah.
So we are on the
We
final
did
day
it.
of trial for Rise from the Ashes. Shit has gone down. Basically, what we did last time was Edgeworth said he was going to retire, which then we stole the note that he'd been writing under his desk and gave it to Gumshoe to convince Gumshoe to let us into Gant's office, because apparently it can be opened by any detective. I don't entirely know why. Seems like bad security, but whatever.
Because reasons.
Yeah, which we found out that Gant's office is the scene of the SL9 murder that happened 2 years before. We found evidence in his safe. We know one of the pieces of evidence has Emma's fingerprints on it. And now Gumshoe is fired because he walked back into his office because we spent forever in it, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We did not investigate that quickly. We were too excited by the ordinance.
Oh, didn't? Yeah, and Gantz was like, hey, little girl, come into my office, and we just let it.
Yeah, we just let him talk to her, and I'm still not... Protect your children.
I'm not right.
Just protect
I'm
your
not
children.
right about that.
Yeah, she talked to him and then never met up with us again and said that she was okay, she was just tired, which means she's obviously dead. Now.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, so,
Goodbye,
day 3, we still have no idea what's going on. We didn't actually get anything for the trial that we're actually defending for, so... Yeah, shall we jump in?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Alright.
February 25th, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is the defendant lobby, all right? But there's no defendant.
Where did Lana go?
I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be?
Okay, just pausing there for a second. She's at the detention center. Where did they take her?
That's suspicious.
It's not like she just got to stop for a coffee.
No, yeah.
That's suspicious.
Okay, well.
Sure.
And where's Emma for that matter? It almost seems as if...
I guess I'll take it. Something's been happening behind the scenes. I'm gonna guess it's not. Oh, it's you.
No, it's me. All right. Something's happening behind the scenes. Hello. Yes,
That's
call
hard.
me Edgelord. Yes. Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Dramatic pause. Who the owner of 777 ID number is? That is, yes.
He's the only one that can figure out how many 7s there are.
Just say that.
I have a pretty strong hunch.
Yeah, I think it's more than a hunch at this point, man.
Yeah. It's
Looks
that
like I'm
creepy man.
Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out.
You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday, ... is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain.
I don't know, I'm still pretty sure he killed the man.
Yeah, same. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. Hopefully murder today, but can't have nice things.
True, not yet.
In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? And Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty.
But she didn't do it.
You think they care? Anyway, I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. And I can play along.
This is the first time he's ever done something like this.
Yeah, to be fair, Gant has screwed him over several times in this trial.
Yeah, and I don't like that. He's being mean. He's being bully to me.
Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her.
She has to show up first.
Kind of, yeah.
Edward.
Hello?
Am I back?
You're back.
Oh no! It's a connection lost.
Oh no.
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you now.
Hello. Oh no, don't do this to me during the stream.
I called him Edgeworth once.
Wait,
and,
maybe
you know,
no
you're,
device found. Learn what?
Oh, wait.
We're having technical difficulties.
Hello.
Hello?
Bye.
Okay. It's not sharing the. Oh, wait. And we're back. The truth. That was the longest dramatic pause ever. I'm so sorry.
I just imagine like Phoenix is just standing there like, you gonna say something to me?
He's just like, did you freeze? Are you a robot?
Edgeworth is doing the little apple loading little twirly thing.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Anyway, I'm done for being an apple. You can talk to me.
Everything goes back to the SL9 incident.
Yes. Don't be stupid. Today is the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. Unless it's mine. But actually, I don't like talking about myself.
That depends on you.
Dot.
If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened.
I mean, you could just ask her, but you know.
Right. Oh, think about it. See you in court, right? I had to.
This is it. If I'm ever gonna find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now.
Hopefully not kidnapping children.
I mean, again, she's got to show up first, so.
Mm-hmm.
February 25th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 9.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
bright and early. For justice! Alright.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
I haven't been the judge in so long, and I automatically just almost started reading that.
It's okay, I do the same thing with Nick.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Boom shakalaka, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Take it away.
Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make.
Oh god.
I don't like this.
No!
Yeah.
Let us speak.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
no.
gonna start meddling early.
He's gonna look at our souls.
Oh god, I forgot about that already.
Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Jeebin, back to the pool yet?
What is your thing with swimming?
Ew.
No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work.
Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that.
If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is your proposal? What's the proposal of yours, huh? That'd be good.
Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court.
Why would you not just say that through your lawyer?
Right?
She wants to do what?
I don't like this.
Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. Uh-oh. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Uh-oh.
Just you.
Wonder
Not
who's being
everyone,
blackmailed.
You.
Uh-oh.
What's this all about, defendant? And please tell the truth, don't let him BS you.
I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial.
A simple request, huh?
Nice.
I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I don't know why I had to specify that, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office.
That's a lie.
No, Lana!
Objection. Say it.
You can't. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea.
In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services.
Oh, shit. Getting fired, but Lana!
Bruh.
Your
I
Honor,
don't say bro, like bruh.
I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise.
What's happening?
I know, right? Damn.
It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Hey, Edgeworth, you want to, like, object? Thank you!
Objection! One moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth! Who said you get to speak now?
I get to speak. I have been here since Tuesday. Anyway, the prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. I'm using big words.
Now,
wait,
Worthy.
Ew, don't call me worthy. I mean, wait.
I understand this is a difficult time for you. But why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut?
No! I don't wanna. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. Oh, I always wanted to say that. Oh.
What?
Annie. You heard me! Did I stutter, bitch? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes? It's not like I did that, but... Anyway, sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be.
This is a really weird place to air out these problems, but keep going, Edgeworth. I approve.
Thank you. With the sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal has struck behind the scenes. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, Chief. That's no from me, Chief.
It's some kind of deal, huh? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy.
I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Oh? To whom? Who did you have lined up?
Right. As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Sky.
Is she here? Am I here?
I request the court hears her testimony.
Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think...
When you listen to you.
I don't think we need to continue...
I don't care what you think, Miss Sky.
Fuck you.
I won't save your life even if you don't want me to.
I was your superior!
Oh, the exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Why aren't you talking
Mic
like
drop.
English, please?
Mic drop. Ooh.
Very well. The court shall request the prosecution. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant?
Better say yes.
Worthy. You'll live to regret this. Mark my words.
Okay, we gotta put this guy in
Shut up,
jail.
man. Ahem. Miss Sky, please take the stand. I know you're hiding under the desk.
Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins.
Gant pissed him off within the first 2 seconds, and he was ready to go.
Oh yeah, he's like, you wanna go? You wanna go, bitch? Okay, we gonna go! Alright, now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Please. It never works.
My name is Emma. Emma Sky. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
I like that. Anyway, 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm going to therapy and everything!
Damn. Sorry about that. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events just one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Oh, hell yeah, Your Honor. Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then.
Yay! I get my way.
He sure gives in fast.
You should try it sometime.
Prosecutors are scary.
No. Right. Please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. My bad in advance.
The trip to yesteryear has finally begun.
Yesteryear's a funny word.
It's time to lead to the truth behind this trial.
Alright, let's do our witness testimony. Do I even remember how to do these? Oh shit,
No.
I'm a witness for once! I don't think I've been a witness yet!
You're a witness now. Yeah.
I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
Oh, Your Honor. That will become apparent soon, Your Honor.
This man is bullshitting and he's bad at it.
Oh, yeah.
I have to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Fake it till you make it. Oh.
Very well. The defense may begin at the cross-examination. Be nice to me.
Be gentle.
I was waiting in my sister's office that day.
2 years ago, the defendant was the detective at the police department, correct?
Yes, she was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair.
I believe they share the same office.
That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day, too.
It's a weird dream, but okay. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. A man came running in and took me hostage.
That's not a good dinner.
Sorry, I'm letting the cat in. A man.
Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest.
When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Skye and Gant's office.
I'd like to point out, this man had the worst luck, if this is
Right.
what actually happened, because not only did he not get out, he ran into the lead investigators on the case. It's his office.
Yeah.
Damn. That
Like, how do you
slapped.
fuck that up that bad?
Oh, he found a way.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Okay, girl, we need to talk to you about what to do when you hear a weird noise outside. It is not open the door.
No, it is not. I agree.
Neil Marshall rescued me.
What was the prosecutor doing there?
Having a good time. That day, there were 2 people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Almost forgot about yeah.
It's hard to forget about him. Well, Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award, which is just a very nice paperweight. That's all it is. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony.
I have a question. Why was a prosecutor in the room for questioning a man who wasn't charged with anything? Anyways, I assume that would also be
Detail.
why he was the first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in.
I don't clearly remember what happened then. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant.
Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby. I have an eyelash in my eye, and it's really bugging me.
Oh, that's the worst.
No.
So the electricity went out.
Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman.
Hear more!
Yeah.
We have
Do we want to just cut her off, or do we want to hear more?
hear
No.
more!
So you spoke with with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago.
Yes. That's what's so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw?
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
Picture.
A picture's worth 1,000 words.
I think she mentioned that before.
Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? Shall we ask about the picture?
Ask about the picture.
I think we should stop. No.
No!
This picture the witness drew.
It's kinda
I
nice.
believe it has a very important meaning.
I would hope so. It's about murder. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost.
You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right?
Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes.
Oh my god.
It was only like 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, but still.
That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died. Yet, I never received any picture. Convenient. Perhaps the witness is mistaken.
Yes, she's convinced herself that she drew a picture.
Yep.
But I did draw it. I swear. I'm not just imagining it.
Don't word it.
This picture that Emma drew, that reminds me. I guess I should check on the evidence again, or check the evidence again.
We're gonna check the evidence because I have zero idea what he's talking about.
Same.
So all of this stuff, ID card, record, lost item, floor plan, rubber glove, evidence locker, footprints. Alright, so we have the evidence files, we have the autopsy report, which doesn't mention anything. We have a picture.
That's a picture.
And that would have been taken before anything happened, so...
Yeah, but she didn't draw that.
Oh, I forgot.
What?
Oh shit.
We never examined this evidence.
Oh, it's on the back.
The picture is drawn on the back of this evidence list in magic marker.
Emma is obviously a master artist.
Yeah, look at that.
I've got a very bad feeling about this.
Alright,
We
well,
all.
cool.
Neat. Well, anyway, let's continue. This scene that imprinted an image in your mind. Can you please describe it to us?
The man. Yeah, he raised up his knife and he stabbed him.
Yeah.
F in the chat.
F in the F. Big F. Hella F.
Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all of her heart into drawing that picture.
This is a really weird way to go at this.
And yet, you would insist on denying its existence?
Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. I made all this happen. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for this case, I wasn't handed such a picture. I want all the evidence. All of it.
That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold.
Nani?
This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident.
Shit.
Please turn it over, Your Honor.
Turn it over? Turn it... Oh! What's this?
It's a picture. Boogie woogie woogie. I guess. What is that?
Hey!
I mean, you did your best.
That's it! That's the picture I drew. I was 14. Lay off, you guys. Fuck
Well,
off.
that's better than what most of us can do. Some people only do stick figures.
Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here.
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Me?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Huh?
Who's getting their raise?
These
Not-
lists. They're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete.
What?
These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened 2 years ago. Only half the evidence in that case ever reached you.
Well, no wonder there was forged evidence if you were trying to win a case on half the evidence.
Oh, shit.
Order! Order! But, Miss Skye, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because
Because there.
that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
Oh. Oh.
Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means,
What does it mean?
Your Honor,
Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. It is a little bit disturbing.
Like Looney
if the
Tunes.
evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Oh. It's a Mona Lisa.
Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's a weird Polaroid, but okay, let's do it. It's possible. Whoa! Hell!
Edgeworth, are you okay, man?
Okay.
Is something wrong?
You got my
You
bad
didn't have to ask.
Edgeworth, are you okay, man?
Excuse me. Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that...
It's the blue badger! It's that thing! That thing that was dancing in the evidence room!
It's the thing, man. Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives.
I guess he was out of scrap paper.
It's the Blue Badger.
Evidence was restored and updated in court record.
Very well. Witness? Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
And not about the Blue Badger.
Huh? Oh, yes, sir. Your Honor.
What's wrong with Emma? She seems to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture.
Alright, let's ask her about the drawing.
Here we go.
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. think of,
Scientifically speaking, of course.
of course, to think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Oh, it's pretty dramatic.
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
And luckily, she's a decent artist, because if I tried to draw that, there would be limbs that were somehow not connected to the body, and anyways.
It would be a stick figure.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Do it.
Alright, really quick, I want to take a look at that autopsy report.
Same.
Because if I look at the evidence list, that does not look like he's about to stab him in the chest, like she just testified.
What?
So he was stabbed in the back and died from a punctured heart and lung, and a knife tip was in the wound.
Right.
I don't know, we'll press her, because I'm not entirely sure what she's got an issue with.
Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything.
During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye.
3 days later? The memory should still have been fresh in her mind.
Actually, not really, but I won't go into it here. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. Duh, Your Honor.
Sure. So at that time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue?
No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor.
Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
What happened after the lightning flashed?
After that, I must have fainted.
You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No, I'm sorry.
Objection. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further?
What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here.
Look, Edgeworth, we know that you are in a touchy spot because you recently had to relive your childhood trauma. But don't take it out on us. Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw?
Of course! This is the exact scene.
It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives?
Objection! Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? I mean, not me, but Gant, maybe, but you know.
No, of course not. Better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary.
I'll find a way.
I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, Is there something that's bothering you about this picture?
Huh? Oh, wow. That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yeah, there's clearly a contradiction here.
Okay, well, obviously we know where the issue is. But my only single stab wound piercing the heart and lung. My guess is that, but let me look through our evidence really quick. Oh, that didn't give me shit. You know what? I'm out of guesses, so
Piece of cloth with her fingerprints on it?
I mean, but that doesn't contradict this. I'm gonna go with the autopsy report.
What if she whacked him on the head with that broken vase? Anyway.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I still remember it, just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
That's not a knife. That's a triangle.
Yeah, that. It looks like he's
A rectangle.
stabbing him with a piece of chalk. His hand
Right.
is bigger than his head. Okay, I'm gonna go with how he would stab the victim. Because I don't know that you could stab someone in the heart and lung like this.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm gonna go for it. Because I don't have any other guesses.
Yeah.
That's not a good
I
sign.
think it's this part here.
He doesn't seem so sure, damn it.
I don't see what's so strange about that. Okay, we're gonna look at the autopsy report again before it takes me into that. Okay, so the blah 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 blah. Single stab wound piercing the heart and lung. He died from blood loss in under 10 minutes, and the weapon was found. Weapon found in wound was missing the tip. I don't know what the issue is.
That's because the drawing stinks.
Fuck you,
Mr.
Mr. Wright. How could you?
Oh no, we made a little girl cry. The act of making an innocent girl cry should warrant the death penalty.
I guess he means I shouldn't shift the blame to others.
Yes, well, so long as the defense has learned his lesson.
I better take another look at that autopsy report and this picture.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. I have no idea what part of the picture it is. Maybe it's how his hand is?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because how do you stab him through the heart like this? There's like a lot of bones in the way there.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, this guy has to be standing in order to get stabbed like that.
Right.
But since I can't just point to all of him and say that, we'll say the angle of the murder weapon, maybe?
Maybe,
Yeah.
The contradiction, of course, lies here.
Yay!
Take a look at the knife the man is holding.
It looks like a piece of chalk.
If you look closely, you can see the tip is broken.
Is that what we can see? Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. This is the stupidest thing that you made me point out.
Right.
If I
What?
recall. The tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. Yeah, except for he has to stab him for the knife tip to be in the body.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
Objection. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
How do we have 2 grown men and a teenage girl and no one can see the issue?
Right.
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken.
Oh,
Okay, but they're using
yeah.
a drawing that a 14-year-old girl did 3 days after the incident. As
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is happening. Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Then how the hell did the tip get in his body?
Right.
sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. Hold on. What is happening over there? The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. What are you doing? Okay, I'll let you out. Jesus. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there.
That's right. But what does this mean?
Objection. The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken.
That's why I asked her so many times if she's sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time.
Nani?
Burn.
But she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Unless the murder weapon isn't the burner weapon.
I would like to point out I went through all of that to open the door for Finn, and he did not go outside.
That's so sad, yo. That's
He's a
sad.
brat. I love him.
Well, now Penny's going outside, so I mean, at least
It's
it was worth it. Not so fast,
YOLO.
Mr. Edgeworth. There's another explanation. Have you forgotten already? I hate this like shit eating grin he gets when he's
I know.
like, yes, I know something.
Especially because it like usually drops pretty fast when Edgeworth sits there and goes, "Yeah, I know. I'm 3 steps ahead."
About a little something called falsified evidence.
You're treading on thin ice, right? Thin.
All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility.
No.
Order, order, order. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Lana said
Yeah.
Come on, bitches.
Do
Your
your
Honor,
job. Anyway.
please allow me to once again go over the events that took place on the day of the murder. Sorry, I pulled my hair. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant.
Oh, I know what the murder weapon was.
During this questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him, and he was killed by Dark. It's my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie.
I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife.
If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being 2 broken knives?
You'd be surprised.
Another broken knife beside Joe Dark's?
Ask me, I know this one.
Has there been one?
Yeah, there's another one.
There is.
There's another.
But the witness is adamant about the accuracy of what she saw. It can't just be explained away by a simple observational error.
Mr. Wright.
In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife.
I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife? If so, please feel free to enlighten us.
Yes. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon.
Oh, the question is, what do they want me to present? Do they want me to actually present the king of prosecutors? Yeah, because 2 years ago the halberd was removed. Okay, I forgot I have that note on there.
If anything's broken here, it's my heart. I mean, it's you.
Fuck you.
Huh?
I'm sure this must all be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright, but may I remind you, fuck you, that the fate of Miss Lana Sky hangs in the balance.
I don't want the photos. Sorry, Your
Yeah.
Honor. Please give me another chance.
Fuck you,
The murder
guys.
weapon is already broken prior. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon.
It's this piece of paper.
The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture.
You know how weird it would be if it didn't lie 2 years in the past when it happened?
Mm-hmm.
This is a picture. Oh, not me.
Oh, this is a picture of the award ceremony. Ah, look at the jar behind them. It looks very familiar.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon.
Notice the award prosecutor Marshall is holding.
It's
That's a broken knife.
As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was, in all likelihood, from this award.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, child.
Order, order, order!
Neil Marshall was awarded the King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and a knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in his dangerous situation.
Does the knife come off?
Right.
Or
But
did he just,
that-
like, Hulk out?
Right. He just like eat. That can't be. I have one of those.
Oh, and why not, Mr. Edward?
Because if the King of Prosecutors award knife was the murder weapon,
Yeah, the wrong person's holding it then.
then the murder and the victim would be reversed.
What do you mean?
I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh, shit. Oh.
You captured the essence of that before the line even started.
Right.
But the prosecutor was the one who actually died.
That's true. What's
Yeah,
going
after-
on here?
We all confused. It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions.
Hey,
Hold
there
it.
you go.
Wait!
Hold it.
I
Whoa.
I remember now! I remember everything! Witness? I'm gonna need a lot more therapy after this. Mr. Edgeworth!
What is it? Small child?
Could you pay for my therapy?
Number
Could you
2?
show me your evidence list again, please?
Yes, small child number 2.
List? The one with that picture scribbled on the back.
Cute. Oh, look at that.
I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it.
What?
Gumshoe ripped off my design.
You
Right?
drew that?
That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please
Wait.
tell us what you've recalled, Miss Skye? Yes, Your Honor.
First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger?
The blue badger killed him. Oh my god.
This should be interesting.
The Blue Badger got tired of watching everyone else's murders, so...
He murdered someone else.
When I saw
I
that
knew it.
man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the Blue Badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. The fuck was...
What?
Drugs.
This is certainly most unusual.
You're telling me. Try impossible. The blue badger is, this little mascot over there. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year.
That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago.
Thanks, Phoenix, for putting that out for us. Yes, well, you can do your cross-examination. Stop! Please! Don't pursue this any further.
Too bad. Bish, we're doing it.
Anna, sorry.
What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this! I've already confessed to the crime! Why can't you just leave it at that?
Because we nosy. Chief Prosecutor Skye. We've already come this far, and I want to get to the bottom of this skin juicy. It's too late to turn back.
Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
Ooh.
It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter.
Alright. Well, I think we found out why this piece of evidence exists.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that man raise his knife...
When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark.
Yes, at least I think it was him.
You think?
All I could really see were shadows.
The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports.
So then I panicked and rushed toward both of them.
Why would you do something so dangerous?
Adrenaline.
What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall.
She seems convinced that Dark was the only one holding a knife.
But as we've just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help that other person. I think I knocked away that man with a knife.
What do you mean you think?
It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur.
Miss Guy was almost killed before she was witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in the matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. Trust me, I got shot at like twice.
Yeah. I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next? I need this tea.
Spill them deeds.
Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger.
Are you sure about this?
Of course! See? I even drew a picture of him right here.
But it was the chief of detectives who thought of this hideous beast.
Yeah, and he obviously stole him from me.
Oh, that's called plagiarism. That is also a crime. And that was just this year. The Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable.
Sorry. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember.
Oh, brother. Just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion.
Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing?
In my dreams.
He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
His shadow?
The hedgehog?
So you mean you didn't actually see his face with all the its winning smile and all?
That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
Objection. This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation? If so, then by all means, please, tell us what was this shadow really was. It looks like the vase.
What was it Emma saw when the lightning flashed?
Maybe it was the vase.
Who's this blue badger really?
Well, Mana thinks they know, so we're gonna say we know.
The blue badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew the picture. Yet she's certain she saw this shadow.
Doesn't it look like the vase to y'all? I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You're talking about this vase?
Yeah. Right? Does that look like... If you turn it upside down,
I think I can
does
check
it
it.
look...
Oh, wrong direction. So you want me to turn it like... Oh. This?
Yeah, right? Does that look like a blue badger to y'all?
I mean, I can see where you're coming from. I don't
Yeah.
know if I 100% see it, but I see where I get it.
And there's blood on it. Yeah.
The straw has no bottom, so the hole goes right through. I wonder if it's really a jar or some kind of weird telescope.
Okay, Nick.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on a fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room.
It's Edgeworth.
It's me.
Mr. Wright! In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instance? Please show us this mysterious blue badger look-alike. Alright. It's a vase.
It's a vase. 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 Booze.
The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
But that's... what exactly is that?
A mystery. Captain and Enigma. I believe it's some sort of jar.
But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger.
Indeed, it doesn't. Just as it stands now, it is a plain jar. Damn, I swear to God. Go on. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint?
Our viewpoint?
I've got to show. Ow, I've got to show them. No. Stop it.
Is it like that, maybe?
That's pretty close.
Yeah,
Think that's it?
that's pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close.
Take that.
Apparently not.
This isn't right. I gotta make it look more like the blue badger.
Objection. Allow me to remind the defense its case hinges on the witness's drawing. If Mr. Wright can't match the shape the witness drew, then we cannot accept his claim. Do it right.
I've got to find just the right angle. Maybe I should rotate it vertically a bit more horizontally.
Come on, Mr. Wright, you can do it.
I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from.
Okay, so... this thing is not very easy to manipulate. Okay,
Good enough, I think. Yeah. Makes sense.
like that, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That should be it.
I mean, I don't lose any points if it's wrong, so...
Right.
Nope, it's not it.
Dang it!
Fuck you, Edgeworth.
Blah 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 blah. Right angle blah.
I'm gonna show it to him. Blah 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 blah. Maybe like. I don't know.
Oh, give me a second to like just turn it around in various angles. I don't know, that looks pretty damn close, but I think that I've already...
No, like the first time you had it so that, yeah, the tip was facing more upwards. And that's why I think it was wrong. Yeah.
Maybe like that? Oh my
Yeah.
god, fuck you.
Should we cheat and Google? No.
I'm going to Google it, yeah.
was about to say, it's not going to be any use if we Google it. You've got to look it up.
Blue badger jar ace. Ooh, angle. There we go. Please, someone, just give me a picture of it. Okay, I was
Come on,
pretty damn
picture
close. Oh, I just had it flipped the wrong direction.
God damn it.
they're-
Why are they so specific? Anyway. Sure.
Is that close enough?
Google.
We're gonna go with it.
I don't know. All we can see is Google.
There you go.
Google.
Fuck you.
Blah blah blah, right angle blah.
Okay. I've got this. How about that?
Take that.
Please be right.
Nope.
Oh, what the hell?
Okay. How picky are you fuckers?
They're very picky, apparently. Look at that. This is crazy.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay, that looks pretty identical, right?
We can see Google. Oh, okay, yeah. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I filled
Well,
that.
it looks right, but it's probably wrong. I don't know. They're so picky.
I like it.
There we go, finally!
Thank
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Well, this is a miracle or what?
It's a jar.
No one could possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger.
How
That
exactly are
thing's
we
encrypted.
showing this to the court? Are we just like holding up this jar like,
Yeah.
see, look.
No, it can't be.
It
Oh.
looks like I'm throwing it at you.
Order. The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
What do you mean?
I'm proof the blue badger was there.
So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. Objection, yeah-huh. No.
I don't think that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edward. You see, this changes everything.
Indeed. Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar?
Is it the location, the murder weapon, or the murderer? I'm pretty sure it's the location.
Yeah.
Because we've been expecting it was in the middle of the room, right in front of those things, but that jar's right there, which is not in front of that window.
Mm-hmm.
Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar.
At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright.
Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Where?
The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant.
Objection, but the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Yes, and it's these two facts that reveal exactly what transpired. You see, The struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office.
Objection. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body?
Which I might.
Which you might be. From Damon Gant's office to Alana's guy's office?
Yes.
Oh, okay then. Just checking. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Yeah, there is.
Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
You know, occasionally Nick takes off with this shit, and I'm sitting here going, please don't ask me anything.
Right.
Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I forgot I was the judge again. Sorry.
It's okay, we're dissociating a little bit.
I finally figured it out.
I have?
You?
So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial.
Oh, wait.
Too late to quit now, though.
There's only one piece of evidence that shows that anyone moved.
Oh.
It's
What?
this piece of evidence.
Oh.
Oh no.
I don't like what this is implying.
Please
Fuck.
recall the witness testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying?
That would have that would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall?
Ladies and gentlemen, I might draw your attention to the picture once more.
I don't like this. Look what's there instead of the wall.
If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? There we go. Jesus.
The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Why the fuck would someone have that in their office? That is just an OSHA violation waiting to happen. Who wants workers' comp?
Me! I want workers' comp so I can cut everyone's salaries. Anyway.
Yes. And since the man who was knocked over in the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy.
No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking.
This is like a complete turnaround from Edgeworth's trial where we proved that he didn't kill his dad. We are now trying to prove that Emma killed Neil Marshall, and I don't like this development.
No.
Holy shit.
Yes. There's another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Another possibility.
Of course, the perpetrator could have had no idea, but nevertheless.
Don't do this, Nick.
I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright? What's the matter?
If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious.
I'm a murderer.
In that moment, assuming the man Emma Skye knocked away was actually prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Thanks for that
shit.
animation.
Ooh.
And now we know why Lana didn't want us to get here.
Oh. Oh shit.
You mean Mr.
You killed the
Marshall
man.
died because of me? No! I have a feeling she'd, like, scream that and possibly passed out. Oh, yep, she passed out.
Oh, poor girl.
That was a thud.
Oh, I never imagined her testimony would lead to this.
You know what, Edgeworth? Fuck you. We asked to interview Lana, not Emma.
Right.
So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented.
Yeah, it was an
Objection.
accident.
What are you saying?
A lot.
I'm sorry, Miss Guy, but given the circumstances,
Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her?
Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago.
You can't fucking let that go, can you, Edgeworth?
No, I can't. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're being blackmailed.
If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall?
evidence.
Why did you need this? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes. It certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then then we'll have to rely on testimony.
I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead.
No.
We certainly
Zombie.
can't get dead people to testify. Or can we? This has been a wild goose chase from the beginning.
Where's Maya when we need her?
Yeah, Maya, come back, please.
We miss you.
Touche, Miss Sky. Of course. That only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The Blue Badger did. I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message.
Have you become a spirit medium?
For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life.
How could he see? It was dark.
In one manner or another.
That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
I've got to think back to the court record.
Okay. Ooh. Court record.
Oh, no, I see it.
What?
Let me see if I can figure out how to, here's the E.
Mm-hmm.
M. A.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact he still could not have seen who it was. Because we established it was dark out.
Huh. Emu. It says emu.
The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind.
It's in the evidence.
This message from the deceased is already in our possession.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer?
Oh. Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. It's to stop you from being blackmailed. There's only one thing we seek. Justice. And the truth. No matter how painful it may be.
This man espouses this shit like he didn't just come around to it.
Yeah.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased.
Jar. It's jarring, isn't it? Okay.
You're in contempt of court, please leave.
Okay.
This is the message left by the deceased.
This is that blue badger from before, correct? Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name?
Yes. Yes, he is. If that thing could, I'm sure it would. But it's a jar. So, you know.
Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar.
It looks like someone wiped the blood away.
I wonder who might have done that.
So yes, but notice. For some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away.
Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood.
So, what you're saying is these dots were once lines.
I'm glad you have basic listening comprehension, Edgeworth.
Interesting.
Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments he had left to leave behind the message.
One that someone apparently wiped away. But the blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions.
Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points.
Yay! Playing connect the dots with murder! I mean...
And the victim's message will become apparent.
No! Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us?
Emma...
Your Honor, I believe the bloodstains will reveal the answer. Got to connect these dots to make letters. Are we in the bad ending? Is that what's happening?
We're in the bad ending.
There's only one thing the victim would have written, given the circumstances. His murderer's name.
Start with the E. Yeah! Oh, it comes out red. Neat. Are we using a red Sharpie?
I don't know. Apparently I can't connect that one, though. I don't like this. Why do I have to do this?
Because reasons.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh is right. Right. Huh?
It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence.
Probably not at the expense of their younger sister, but...
But we're doing it anyway! Yeah!
Details. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this.
Well, what's happening?
Emma.
So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Damn.
What a dick.
Damn, boy. Ooh.
What exactly did he think he was accomplishing writing her name down? Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life
Was Emma Skye.
Shit.
I don't like this ending.
Scientifically speaking, of course.
Scientifically speaking, I am on the ground unconscious still.
Seaworthy, can't say I didn't warn you. I'm guessing it's me.
Yeah.
Yep.
It you. Chief Gant.
Do you understand the implications of what you've done?
Yeah, we just kind of overturned Joe Dark's guilty conviction right there.
Uh-huh.
What? What are you talking about?
2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, were you not?
Heck.
Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death.
Okay, let's not
But
go.
he was a serial killer.
Let's not say innocent.
Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
My job title.
But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. Play with my hair. I'm afraid that's not important. There it is. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice?
Unless you're Joe Dark. I mean,
What?
Oh.
We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge.
Stop
Definitely
blaming
not
me.
Despite what anyone might say. This fact cannot be denied.
What's going on with the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault?
Shut up!
Order! 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 Order!
Swear
The
to
gavel's
God.
pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess.
Oh shit.
Where this trial is headed, no one knows.
Okay, we've had our to be continued, and I don't.
And what a
I don't like
thing.
this. I don't like this. I don't like this, y'all.
All right, well, we're gonna leave it there.
No.
You guys are gonna have to wait until Tuesday to find out how this wraps up.
Yep.
I'm so scared, y'all.
So next stream is Tuesday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. If you want to hang out with Liamer and I before that, feel free to hang out on her stream on Monday.
Yeah.
Are you still doing 10:30, 7:30?
Yes.
Okay.
We're doing 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, and this week we are going to be working on Lock because Shock is almost done.
Yeah, so we're doing some cool lock, shock, and barrel masks. It's really cool to sit there and watch her do it. So if you want to chat with either of us, we'll be over on her channel just doing that. Otherwise, come see how this all ends out on Tuesday.
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
So
Scientifically
scared,
speaking, this sucks.
yeah, dude. I don't like this.
All right, well, cry with us and try not to think about it all weekend. Bye, guys. Have a good night.